Another contender division match. We got Bobirika versus Icarus, who is yet to join the server. There he is. How are you feeling about this one, Shadow? How are you feeling about this pick from Bobby?
Very interesting pick. It has kind of that fluid and technical movement that Icky's pretty comfortable with.
hmm
So I would, given it's also on like very low ping for him, I would expect Icky to take this one. I'm curious why Bobirika feels confident.
Yeah, some positional elements as well. I will say, Bobirika, when we were practicing earlier, before my match with DK, he wasn't feeling particularly good about most of the maps he wanted to pick. And this is not one that we practiced. So it's going to be curious to see what he can pull out here. But off we go. Round one on
Ready,
Narrows.
set,
Yeah, I think most people are
go.
probably expecting a 3-0 or 3-1 with this series, so have to see if Bobby can get off to a good start. Pretty evenly distributed there. Neither of them have
Oh,
Ultra Blast anymore.
what?
Beautiful line for
Yeah,
Bobby. That was
that was
exquisitely done.
that was actually very, very good. Wow. Bobby clearly knows
Incredible
what he's
stuff.
doing.
That's going to give him some confidence, without a doubt.
A
See
nice
what
use of
Icky
the
can do
ice.
here.
Icky will get a little bit of airtime, but it won't matter too much. Bobby will be first to the power-up prep. He will miss the super jump, super speed. We're going right back up.
Icky not quite going to make it. Should get a favorable respawn. But it's only going to be 2 points for him. Bobby got basically everything.
Yeah, and
And is
better.
closer to this next spawn.
And
Icky
it
can't make it
yeah,
up to with the height with the blast. Huge
undershoots.
lead for Bobby to start this one off, looking like Narrows was the pick to go with.
Yeah, and Bobby's had very good momentum coming down from those top spawns. He's being Icky to the prep every time, even if he has missed a power-up or two. Icky very controlled on the descent. He's going to win this spawn, at the very least.
Yeah, first pretty much spawn that Icky's won so far, and he's taking his sweet time to line up a line for this, and that time is not going to be afforded to him by Bobirika, who gets right to the play.
Yeah, and a nice sideline there from Bobby, knowing that that super speed was going to be taken. Bobby!
Here's another blue. Bobby has another great shot at it, times the blast perfectly, and that's going to be another blue going his way.
Yeah, and a good respawn. He's going to get the super speed in the middle. Icarus takes an
Using the
expired
blast
underneath.
on the expired.
We have another blue.
And again, Bobby in a great position to snipe this one. Icky almost gets there with the Mega, but doesn't
Yeah,
get it. That's going to be 3-0 on the
and a
Blues.
good
The
blast as
Yellows
well.
are close, and the Reds aren't too favorable for Bobby, but these 3 Blues are making a huge difference in this match.
Oh, absolutely. And it spawned directly on top of Bobby now. Icky is going
Oh
to
no.
go a bit wild with the super speed. He will share
He misses the
those.
super speed.
Yeah,
He has nothing up here except the Mega Marble.
can be powerful on some spawns, and that will not be one of them.
Yeah, Bobby's had much better prep, always in great position to make a super speed line happen. He's looking fantastic so far.
Yeah, Tournament Bobby all of a sudden coming out. Jana's a bit of competition on that front. Icky in better position for this spawn, though. He will land it. Lands a couple reds. That'll be his spawn to claim.
Yeah, Bobby only gets 1 yellow,
A
but the
bit.
next one is going to be quite forgiving to him. He didn't have
Yeah.
a power-up ready for this.
Yeah, and his momentum was basically taking him in the direction where only this really would have been good for him. He gets bailed out a bit there.
Swan is underneath. He should have blast here, and it's going to be a good one, but even
Bobby
better
with it.
blast and super speed to recover for Bobby.
Yeah,
Looking
phenomenal.
undefeatable on this map.
Icarus will be first to this. Bobby comes in with a good snipe, and he'll get a free spawn. My God!
Good backward super speed there for Icky to stay on. Both of them going to share this super speed. I don't think either have the Ultra Blast at this time.
Icky will go back and get it. We're going far again.
That was Bobby, actually, that got it.
Oh, it was Bobby? I can't tell the difference with these marbles, to be honest.
Yeah, Bobby's consistently had better prep here, and I think Icky knows this game's probably done. 30 points in a minute and a half is going to be quite a lot. Obviously, we saw John attempt to do it and succeed against MVO. Bobby, the first
Undershoots.
mistake there in what was looking like an impenetrable game.
Yeah, undershoots a little on the blue. That is something for Icarus, but he's going to need a bit
Margin
more to
is
come
at
back.
20. That's going to be more points right in front of him.
Oh,
Stays
Icarus
on.
barely staying on.
Barely. Yeah,
But it's
I
still
was
got his
there in
work
my
out for him.
pre-seed. We're going for a little bit of a mega swipe, and we have another split spawn. This is going to take a while to clear. No blue with this one either. I'm sure Vicky would have loved to see one of those. It's 14.
Oh,
The
Bobby will
comeback is
fall,
looking possible.
and he will get a good respawn though.
Next one in decent position for Icky, although he doesn't have the best pathing. Can't get the yellow very quickly.
Nice
Nice line
recovery.
by
Yeah,
Icky to recover. That was
yeah,
very
very
important
good.
that he landed that.
But Bobby
But
coming
Bobby's
in with
still
a good
gonna get the
sweep.
yellow. Yeah,
Neither
Bobby
with
wins the
the...
spawn considerably. Next one, great momentum for Icky, but Bobby is here too.
Yeah, notably,
I guess
neither
he
of
wants
them
to get
had
that one.
the super speed after that spawn, but the next spawn bailed them both out, arguably.
This spawn's gonna take forever to clear. Not what Icky needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby will actually go
Bobby
down
does
and
get
get
the
the
yellow,
yellow.
which is a mistake. Should have camped that one.
He will get away with it
But
though.
this
Icky a little slow on the uptake. And another great line from Bobby. He will just land that. He might get stuck
uses
in
the
here,
ice
but
slopes to slow down. Yeah, at this
yeah,
point he
he'll
can
get
just sit
stuck.
in there the rest of the game, and he's got this one in the bag.
Yeah. He eventually gets out.
Okay. Very nice 17-point win.
What are you complaining about, Bobby? You've
Got
won.
14.
Phenomenal game from him. Nicholas recognizes
With
it.
the blue steal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping good spirits. He had momentum towards the end of the game, but Bobby just with an insane start.
Yeah, phenomenally played by him. That was bordering Frostfire levels of movement, I would say. That was insanely well done. Especially given
I wonder if he's practiced that line or if it was all improv.
perhaps maybe he practiced it with MBO. I believe he was practicing with MBO before the match.
Icky with the subtle dig at John. And maybe not so subtle.
Alright. Yeah, Bobirika up 1-0. A little surprising. What do you think you do here if you're Icarus Shadow?
I think Icky needs to maybe bring out a map that is a bit more comfortable for him than he had originally planned. Now that Bobby's gotten a pretty strong performance on the board, not just a win, but the way he looked getting that win, I think,
Yeah.
is something to make Icky a little bit nervous, and maybe upgrade the picks that he was considering to allocate to this match.
Yes, but Bobby, again, being very mechanically fast, which is Icky's own turf. I must imagine he's a little rattled after that one. Perhaps
Yeah,
expecting to win on the mechanical front, but he most certainly did not in that match.
and Bobby's definitely not bad at the blast game either. It's maybe the megas where you might find an advantage, but Icky's not really the player to kind of
Yeah.
abuse that.
Especially
So
on ping.
yeah, definitely not. So I think we're just gonna have to see Icky go with something comfortable.
And it's going to be
Treasure
Treasure
Box
Box.
is definitely one that I saw. We played it in the warm up. He was very, very good. So I'm sure he feels confident even playing a box map on high ping.
Bobby coming out with a new variant of the V1 taunt. He's not particularly happy about this pick.
How many predicting Bobby? Treasure Box.
Yeah, a lot of megas on this map, like you said, and it's not the worst ping in the world for Icky. So perhaps he'll be able to make some good use of them here. Give him a countdown.
I want to see Icky come out swinging here for him to have a chance.
Set.
Starting with a pretty fast spawn on the bridge. This one can be quite awkward to get to, but Icky with a good line. And Bobby just a little unsure of how to get there.
A good start has been obtained here for Icky. It's not the highest value spawn in the world, but starting 7 points up always is going to feel good. And Icky dodges the mega.
Yeah, gets a
Can't
clean
get a
line over.
great line on the yellows, but he is fortunate that Bobby's mega expires just before he would have collided. Now
Really good
Icky gonna have the chance for a mega sweep, but it gets a little bit too much height. That is difficult to do on ping disadvantage, so
Yeah.
we're gonna maintain where it was.
Good defaulting decision from Icky here. He's going to get the super
Bobby
speed.
hits
Doesn't
the
have...
wall, he can't get the height,
Yeah,
and he lands it perfectly. Even gets one of the yellows, splits that with Bobby, so basically just the blue is added to the tally.
a good position to spawn for Icky there. I like the rebound he did. Very good stuff.
Leaving the last red, which is smart. Let's see which player can get the Ultra Blast. It's going to be Bobby. That could be big here, but used it too late, even with ping advantage. They're going to share that blue.
Yeah, about even on that spawn.
Oh, Icky not with a good path to the default here. And that's actually going to cost him quite a lot if Bobby can have a good line.
Oh,
Which
and he does. Icky's going to get
Didn't
most
get
of the
any of
yellows.
the yellows, though.
Yeah, but he's narrowed it down to a 9-point lead, which is about to, I imagine, go back up to about a 12 or maybe even 13-point lead. Yeah.
Another important blue here. Icky with a nice natural bounce onto the blue. Looks like Bobby got that one as well.
He did,
Not
but
quite sure if he
Icky,
did.
with the more control line,
He
gets a
got
couple
everything
points out of
else.
it. Yeah. But he will fall here,
He
and he's not
falls
going
in
to
a
have...
committed blast. That's very awkward.
He'll spend
Having
his
to wait for the
Mega.
Mega to run out.
Both players taking the time, they're preparing for the next spawn. Bobby, only with a super speed to his name. And a nice sweep there.
Yep. And the blast kind of disrupts Icarus a bit.
He's in better position for this too.
They both had decent shots at it, and it's going to be split pretty evenly. They're actually both going to get an Ultra Blast and a Mega, but ping advantage right there for you. Oh,
Very
and that's
close.
going to come in huge.
And the Mega Lance just long enough to keep Bobby on. He spends his super speed, doesn't get up, but...
If he gets enough points from the rest of the spawn to mitigate the damage. Another corner blue, extremely rare. Both of them miss it. Bobby doesn't have blast, has to do a little wall hit.
I've never seen that blue.
Connect with the Mega. Yeah, that blue's extremely rare.
Yeah, not insurmountable for Bobby. A minute to go. He's got his work out for him. It's been a very consistent lead here for Icarus. And he blasts a little early.
Overshoots. Not what he needed.
Up to 12 now.
He's gonna go for an expire. He's in very poor position for this spawn. Should be an easy one for Bobby. Oh, they share it. That's huge for Icky.
Yeah, Bobby went quite high there. A lot of unnecessary airtime.
Not sure about taking that last red there for Icky.
Yeah, he is behind.
It's over.
Yeah, Bobby's gonna make short work of this spawn.
To throw this game. Momentum is shifting back very quickly for Bobby here.
But Bobby has never been in the lead.
Uncontested.
Yeah, 7 points in this situation is basically nothing. Icky's going to camp the middle, and he's going to have a good line.
Can he get his line on the yellow? No, Bobby, he tries to blast, but Bobby still gets it.
Bobby a little out of sorts, though. Yeah, Bobby a little out of sorts after that wall hit.
Just under 10 points. Bobby's going to need something. That is something.
Oh, but he's...
get the blue. It's going to be Icky, and that's certainly going to be it.
Yeah,
16
Bobby...
points is the margin. Icky happy to wait. Going in for the Mega. Can't quite connect on the Bobirika.
And that's not enough points at all.
Great blast by Bobby, but
yeah,
it's a little bit too late.
That Mega was not quite what he needed. There is... Perhaps a world if he got that blue.
The points were definitely available.
Yeah, the points were available. He didn't quite get the line he needed on that center blue, and that spawn could have been enough even if he was a little faster. But very well played by Icky throughout that match. He has a pretty damn good control with power-ups, pretty damn good control with his sweeps as well. One apiece. Just waiting for Ashburn to come back up. This is the moment a couple months ago where we'd all go and complain at Jean.
Jonathan!
Any second now. Yeah, it's probably just restarting. And Bobby says he did okay, which I think is a pretty darn fair assessment of how he played.
Yep.
It was a solid game from him all around. Icarus just a little faster in most departments. Yeah, Connie also has never seen that blue.
Well, Connie doesn't really play the game, so that makes sense.
There's Ashburn.
You're such a chud.
That will be going in the recording, of course. I'm gonna have 3 games to upload. But yeah, Icky does pick one of his better maps there, and it does pay off. Kills what could have been very powerful momentum for Bobby coming out of that narrows. But this really could go either way.
If Icky let that one slip away, I'd be very worried for him. But we
Yeah.
are all tied up at 1-1.
Yeah, and if Bobby had won that, which was very feasible still, none of the leads that Icky had in that treasure box were anything that could be more than a spawn's worth of value. If that had happened, I would have expected Bobby to pull out one of his best maps right here, right now, which he probably still will do, knowing that if he
This is a
doesn't,
very winnable series.
yeah, if he
Judging
doesn't,
by where both players are at.
if Bobby doesn't pull out his best map here, or one of them, then Icky will be given a greater chance at using one of his own best to end this series quickly.
Yeah, when I talked to Bobby earlier before he played his first match the other day, he made it pretty clear that he was going to use his best maps on these kind of matchups and kind of sack spawns against sack maps against the top players.
That's a fair strategy.
So waiting to see what Bobby's gonna pick here.
Yeah, what are you expecting?
Maybe Terrace Tundra, something like
Perhaps.
that.
I don't think he would go for that. We practiced that earlier, and I did beat him by quite a decent margin. If I had to say, maybe he picks Bowl. He's very, very good at Bowl.
Or Scadium. He likes Scadium a lot.
Skating, we were quite close. I think we went one apiece on that one. Bowl, he is completely dominant on. He makes the slopes.
He feels confident enough to take it out.
Yeah, it is a very precise map to be playing under tournament nerves.
Looking at what he picked in the Swiss rounds last year, he maxed out Prophetic and Scadium.
Likely going to see a map similar to Scatium then, if not Scatium itself. I've got to wonder, how's Bobby's mental
He loves
feeling here?
Scadium. He's had great success on Scadium, especially against Connie and some other players.
The question is, though, are you willing to pull that into Icky? No, he's going to go Gems Ahoy.
Oh, I'm not so sure about this pick.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. A little more dependent on the blast game. And to be picking this on Ashburn Ping is a little questionable. Another map that I have not seen him practice on. Have you played this one much with Icky?
Icky's solid at it. I wouldn't say it's one of his top 5 or anything, but he definitely knows the meta and how to get around on this map. And I think the ping advantage is probably going to be all he needs. But of course, anything can happen.
Yeah, we thought the same about Narrows.
And this was actually available in their decider draft when Icky and John played yesterday.
Who was the one who banned it? I'm guessing it would be Jean.
Ready, set.
Dying out.
Go.
Very close one for both of them. Icky's going to go for a Mega, sacking a few points unintentionally, but it's a close spawn, it's going to be rewarded massively there.
Big Mega here.
Oh, but Bobby comes in with his own one.
Oh, Icky falls off. Not going to be punished by the center blue spawning there.
Yeah, very, very good
spawn for Icky. A little bit of Russian roulette every time a spawn comes on this map.
Well, Icky will hit. But Bobby was a little further away. Icky won't be punished too bad for the small mistake he made.
Unfortunate momentum for Icky there.
He has blast advantage though. It's kind of a low value spawn.
Yeah, this one's not really worth anything.
He'll just use it to get up.
Ultra Blast.
Yeah.
Next spawn very close as well. Should just be a split.
Yeah. Haven't had a single far traversal yet. Now, that might change things. Bobby's going to have to go quite a way here. There's the blast coming in. Pretty good. And the Mega doesn't connect.
Mega can't get it done even with ping advantage.
Yeah. Bobby narrowly avoiding that one.
Chances coming back up for the yellow. Bobby the super speed as well. Good blast by Icky to force that out.
Yeah, but he won't get much value out of it.
Blue would be big here for Icarus. Doesn't come through. The spawn is nearby instead.
Yep.
He still wins the spawn slightly. Low value.
So many of these. Yep, so many low value spawns so far. No real way for Bobby to claw back much momentum. And he's going to leave the spawn early. He's going to go take all the ones in the middle. He's going to hold a... Actually, he's going to hold a...
If he commits his blast to get up here, that's most likely going to give Bobirika the spawn on the blue.
Oh, but
they actually share it.
Just barely. Very good. And Bobby
Very
will
quick
fall.
Icky over there. Gonna share the yellow as well. Icky's gonna stay on and get an extra point. It's a game of inches here for Icarus's lead.
And he keeps going back up to this center blue, which is a very good default to take, but he's not being rewarded for it particularly much.
But it's not hurting him either. Great
Oh,
mega there to block
yeah.
the line from the yellow.
And hits him again. Bobby commits
Keeps
on the
going up.
last red.
The blue's not come yet, but again, it's a game of Russian roulette. When it comes, it's going to be 5 points, then Bobirika won't be able to do much about it.
Similar to Pyramid in that regard. Always want to get back in default that spot.
Super jump. Bobby rolling through with the mega. Very close spawn here.
Icarus with the
grabs
blast.
the Ultra Blast.
Yeah. And he's going to have better momentum into the next spawn, not quite committing as hard as Bobby was towards that one side of the map. And he will be rewarded for it. 2 yellows going his way. This is like the first actually substantial lead we've seen on this map. How do you come back at this point if you're Bobby?
It needs to disrupt Icarus's game plan, because right now Icky's happy to just sit on the center. He hasn't been rewarded for it yet, but if you can disrupt Icky and then the blue spawns and you're the one with center control, that's a window back in the game.
Indeed. Icky actually content now to just sit up top without a power-up. And Bobby will take the last
I should
last
get
red.
this blue.
Oh, big
Great
blast!
by Bobby. Oh, and great super speed to go back and get it. That's a big momentum shift that could be the start of something.
Yeah, but it's still... And Icarus just staying up top. Again, doesn't spawn.
Another blue. He has the mega. Can he make it work?
Bobby with another good
Super
snipe.
speed from Bobby. This is a lot of blues going his way.
But it's still Icarus in the lead, and Bobby will wall hit.
Oh, Bobby hits. That's devastating.
Yeah.
Fire spawn to Icky. Bobby needs to sack this. He's going to get worse prep.
I'm surprised Icky didn't get hit on the rebound by that Mega Marble.
Bobby shouldn't have gone for that red on the right either. He needed to try and
Yeah.
cut off Icarus's line.
And yeah, any momentum Bobby had coming out of those 2 blues is now pretty much gone. Icky maintaining this 15-ish point lead.
Bobby probably should have gone for the respawn there.
Keeps taking these last reds, hoping something good will happen on the backswing. A good snipe there.
That was a dive bomb kamikaze maneuver.
And he'll do another one. That's what he needs to be doing, but with 45 seconds left and 16 points in it. I would argue that you probably just...
Bobby could try and connect. Use the super speed to connect. That's a terrible respawn. He forced Icky into the pillar, which respawned him on the top part of the map, but obviously he didn't realize this. The next spawn is going to go right to Icky.
Yeah. It's pretty much game, set, and match barring a miracle now for Bobby. And that's going to be a pretty... Yeah, that'll be it. I like the wall he did, but yeah, that's a pretty big momentum swing now in favour of Icky. He's going to be, I imagine, inclined now to pull out one of his best maps to seal the deal.
I'm not so sure. This game looked very comfortable for Icky. Bobby didn't really do anything of significance to throw Icky off of his game plan.
Yeah, but I mean, after that, narrows.
Yeah, we'll see what he goes for, but momentum definitely with Icky. Every single game has started to shift more and more in his favor.
Indeed. Yeah, you can see from the graph, really, Bobby did not have a lead there outside of about the first 20 seconds of the game. Icky mentioning those blues. I can imagine those would have freaked him out. He did well to recover from that. Most players would rightfully be a little psyched out seeing their opponent claw back 10 points with very, very good super speed play. Icarus was saying he didn't pick up a single super speed during that match. Is that true?
I felt like Bobby was the one that got all of them.
Yeah. Icky without a single super speed.
Priority.
Yeah.
It felt like we saw him frequently without a power up in the center, but his positioning was just better.
Yeah, he was never really rewarded as much as he could have been for it. So yeah, quite interesting to see someone win by that much without picking up a single super speed.
Look at the power up efficiency bar as well. 9.2 for Icky. He did not need the power ups to get the points, whereas Bobirika, his was less than half of that.
Yeah. Guess that's the power of just camping in the middle. And Icky, on average, a full second faster to the first gem. And first to the spawn 8 times.
A full
More than
second is
Bobby.
massive over the
Yeah.
course of a game.
Without a super speed. At all. How?
Well,
Actually,
so
how?
many of the spawns are right under the middle. There's just so many gems that can potentially spawn there. It's extremely likely that you'll see them.
True.
The Fabled Blue never came through, but everything else nearby certainly did.
Yeah, a bunch of spawns for him to equalize on. I will say, Bobby picking up as many super speeds as he did, he more than likely had the opportunity, just as much as Icky did, to capitalize on his power-ups in the same way he could capitalize on his default. But yeah, the spawns came through for Icky in the end. Good game from both of them. And Icky's going to pick PCC. Interesting.
Very interesting.
He's been sciencing this map quite a lot lately. He's the one who introduced
To
us.
see if he can pull out the tech.
Yeah, he's the one who introduced us to the fabled edge hit from the bottom with the super speed all the way up to the top. But it is very precise to be pulling out in a tournament match. Perhaps he's just feeling quite confident on being able to out-knowledge Bobby in general. How do you think this one's going to go?
Very curious to see if the ping plays a role for Icky trying to line up some of these plays. It can definitely, on such a precise map, it can definitely throw off your game enough for some big blunders, especially with how swingy the spawns can be. I think if that doesn't happen, I think Icky could probably win pretty comfortably. This was a map that Bobirika has played. He picked it last year against Ignis. Didn't quite pull out the win there, but I think everyone would say he's a bit of a better player now.
Absolutely.
Ready.
Here we go, match point for Icky, starting with a very close spawn up at the top. I like what Bobby did there, and he's gonna
respawn at the bottom.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to happen after that, but I did like what he tried to do. And he gets a blue directly on him.
Wow, okay.
Yep,
Quite the start here.
Yep, one of the starts of all time. Icky kind of nowhere to be seen for this spawn. I don't think he knew about the drop down you can do from the top. And he hits the pole on the way. That is devastating for him. Could have gotten to that spawn first very easily. Reverse super speed coming in from Bobby.
Super speed there.
His movement here is starting to be a little reminiscent of Narrows. He's moving quite quickly, but he will fall. I shouldn't have said anything.
Very easy to stumble, but still a comfortable lead for him so far. 10 points.
Repeat
this
spawn
map
on
has a habit of just putting a blue where your opponent is, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Big
You're gonna
blast.
remain on.
And there's a blue. He doesn't have a power up to get over.
Be first to this.
But yeah.
Blast, he's good to go. And Bobirika is stumbling significantly. Misses the yellow as well. Icky had already forfeit that one over to him, but he's not going to be able to get it without committing the blast.
Oh, but what a spawn!
Right there for Bobby. Didn't have to do anything.
Icky will get caught in the water as well. Bobby with all the time in the world to go and prepare his power-ups.
And Bobirika,
he's a little underprepared. He's a little underprepared though. Icky manages to get blast advantage. And he won't be able to capitalize well.
Does stay on.
Just barely, but it will be advantage
Not
to
going to
Icky.
get much of this.
Yeah. Both players psyched out of going for the yellow there. Very interesting. Bobby's going to take the side tunnel.
With the much faster approach, and Bobby's going to respawn at the top, get basically nothing of that.
That corner, if you fall off, very, very easy. Even if you don't hit the pillar, to just...
If he's going to default up top, you have to see if that pays out for him. Looks like it will. Almost a terrific blast by Bobirika, but wasn't able to effectively track Icky.
Little late on it.
He's going to go underground.
I like the idea, but that super speed is not what he needed.
Yeah, knocks him way up to the sky.
Going directly under, generally speaking, I think is faster, but yeah, that was not at all the idea.
For Icky now. Bobby can be blasted. Nice backward super speed, but doesn't connect with any of the points.
Yeah, now Icky with quite a substantial lead for Icky now. Bobby will prepare the super jump, but he won't be rewarded for it.
Yeah, it takes kind of the long way around down that chute. Falls off immediately. I mean, this one should just be for Icky.
Yeah, now 25-point lead.
Stumbling quite a bit now. This is starting to get very out of hand.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Bobby, you need either a bit of luck or to start praying that Icarus messes up, and Icarus is showing no sign of doing so. Good blue for him, but
I feel like Bobby has gotten considerably luckier with these blues. And the lead is still 25
there's Ultra
points,
Blast. Yeah.
30 points.
Yeah, Icarus playing a very solid game.
Complete control for him.
He's going to take the respawn up top, and he gets... Oh, what a good spawn. Kind of put himself in the way of the tower in the middle there. But he gets to spawn directly on top of him.
He's gonna go up to go out of bounds.
I do like that. He'll have the option now to go... He had the option to go out of bounds if it was a top spawn. Doesn't happen, but I like the idea. Has super speed advantage. These are just not the spawns.
Bobirika has a lead, but he needs more points than this.
Yeah. He needs some kind of high value spawn, and that will be a start of something. I think Icky gets cut off. Icky gets cut off a little late.
That might happen.
Same.
He can't get up here.
That's the start of something, but he's going to need a lot more than just that. Icky perhaps a little lucky that there was not a blue that Bobby could get rewarded with for that play. Icky will pick up the super
20
jump.
points now.
Doesn't get rewarded.
Closer to this one too.
Yeah, it's not insurmountable, but Bobby's going to need a lot more. And that is going to be probably the nail in the coffin.
He needed to go for an edge hit.
Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin there. Icky will get about half of it. He's happy to just time waste a little. And he has blast advantage here. Yeah.
There it is for Icky. Finally gets a blue. That's close enough for him to get. Good
Icky's...
game comes out from Icarus, which is a little toxic.
Kill him, Bobby! Kill him! Oh.
Oh no, the blast.
Good blast. And he respawns down. Brutal blast.
Sentence for Bobby. He's just gonna AFK, knowing
yeah.
this one's over. Unfortunate end. Solid series, especially the first 3 games, but he definitely showed that he had the PCC prowess.
Icky with a celebratory super speed into the void, and that will be it. 3-1 to Icky. Good game from them both. What a narrows, though. That was some of the best movement I've ever seen from Bobby. Overall, Icky definitely had the advantage, I think, strategically and in terms of movement, but that was some of the most insane narrows I've ever seen from anyone.